Hello everyone, welcome back to the next day. So it is Wednesday the 20th of, just showed you my settings, Wednesday the 20th at 7:30 at night. Now, I am going to be honest, I have had the coziest day I think I have had in the longest time, where I have been in bed with the girls, we have been watching movies, we have been watching TV shows, I have been absolutely binge watching Orange is the New Black. I finally picked it up again. Been doing that all day. It's really rainy, thunderstorms, kind of cozy weather. I'm very excited about the fact that it's cozy weather, but I'm annoyed because my nana and granda are coming tomorrow and they're going to be coming during storms, and I've been telling them how nice the weather is in Brighton, and very clearly it's not going to be like that. I just went to Starbucks and I got a pumpkin spiced latte. Now, one thing I have to say, I have never got a pumpkin spice latte that has been the hot drink. Now, let me tell you something. This is game changer. Remember whenever I was drinking the iced latte and I was like, I don't know if I'm loving it. Whenever you get it hot, game changer. Especially on a cool day. It just is so comforting inside and I'm loving it. So, cheers to that. Been organizing a lot for my nana and granda coming tomorrow. But today I've had the very, hold on, my nana and granda are texting me. Now, one thing that has been on my mind today is I have been on the phone with my accountant, basically filing my current tax year. Woohoo, so exciting. But I have a point with this. We've been kind of filing my current tax year and getting all my numbers and figuring out how much money I have to pay the government from this year and stuff. Because, I've been paying tax now, business and personal and all these different kinds of tax. I've been paying them for the national insurance tax, and there's government tax, council tax on my property. I've been doing all this now basically since I was 17 or 18. So I've been doing it for 3 years. Since another year I've completed all those. It's time for another one. And I was just thinking, and I was like, damn, when you're a child, you don't think about any of this. And I think that's such a cliche, when I'm a child, I don't think about money, or I don't think about, responsibilities of an adult. Because even when I was a child, I did think about money. And, I came from a family that taught me the importance of money and the importance of saving money and the importance of the value of something. And they always grew me up like that. And I feel like I've always had that instilled in me, but whenever you are an adult, you really do realize that even when you were thinking that way as a child, you still were a lot more passive than what actually it is as an adult. And what I mean by that is, last night, for some reason, before I could go to bed, I was mindfuck of so many memories that I haven't thought about in a very, very, very long time. And they were very, very, very sweet memories. Oh my god, I feel like I'm the most emotional person in the entire world. I do not know why. I literally am about to cry right now. And I'm just retelling a story of something sweet that happened. What the fuck? Hold on, my mom's texting me. This is probably a good distraction of why I'm... Okay, my mom's just trying to organize my nana and granda tomorrow. But basically this memory I thought of was, there was this shopping center nearby where I lived when I was a child called Northside, I think, and whenever my mom and dad are here and we talk about this, they're probably like, why are you retelling this story? That was just a supermarket. But it was very exciting to me, and I remember that when my mom and dad would take me there after school or before school or on the weekends or just weekdays when I was off, they would take me into the supermarket. So you would go in, and there would be it would be a mini town inside. This huge building, and then there would be a bunch of different things inside of it. Kind of like a really condensed shopping center. There was hairdressers, nail salon, little boutiques, Poundlands or Dollar Trees. There was a yarn shop. There was a supermarket, and then there's this miscellaneous shop. And we're going to get to her in a second. But anytime my parents would take me to this grocery shop, I can't remember what the name of the grocery shop was, but it was one of them anyway. It used to be the most exciting thing ever. I remember walking up the first aisle, it was like the vegetables and meats, and then the second aisle, it was like the household items, and then you'd walk down the next aisle, and it was like pet food and stuff, then the next aisle, then there was a post office down the back, and it was like very exciting. And I remember I used to always walk up and down and it would be like the most exciting day ever to go to the supermarket. And they used to have like a little toy section where they used to sell Club Penguin gaming cards. And I used to always beg my mum and dad if I could get one, and every once in a while they would buy me a pack of them, and it was always very exciting, the possibility of, you know, almost getting like a card game. But I thought about that, and the reason that this kind of spiked in my mind was last night whenever I was going to the supermarket to pick up chicken wings for my dogs, which, by the way, I got a lot of comments. I appreciate people looking out for my animals, where they were saying like, Adam, don't feed your dogs chicken wings, like this is really bad for them, this is going to splinter, this is like they're going to choke on them, you need to be speaking with your vet. So raw chicken wings have been, not prescribed, it's the wrong word, but have been recommended by Bonnie's vet for her to be fed. Raw chicken wings, not cooked chicken wings. Do not feed your dogs cooked chicken wings, but you can give them raw. It was actually my vet that brought it up with me to give them to Bonnie, because Bonnie has such, like, you've never met a dog with a more sensitive stomach. Sometimes when I give Bonnie a treat, like, it'll offset her stomach for many days, and Bonnie is someone who needs to eat a very, very boring palate, if you will. Like, chicken and rice, or, you know, just like her vegetables thrown in, and she does get dog meal. So people were asking what the setup was, and I didn't realize people, like, cared so much. I made a flippant comment about giving them chicken wings, so I do want to describe it. The setup right now, before we get into the other topic I was talking about. I will give the dogs raw chicken wings because my vet said that it was something that would be good for Bonnie. Very clean. It'll help with her going to the bathroom, because sometimes she struggles with that. And then as well, she's just kind of keeps on a clean diet of like chicken and all these different things, right? Now, Dolly is the complete opposite. Like, Dolly likes her dog food, and at all times I have dog food down for the dogs, but Bonnie doesn't really eat it. Because it does make her feel quite sick. She's a very sensitive stomach. So, and then Dolly will also eat the chicken wings when they're down and stuff like that. And, you know, when there's leftovers of Bonnie's stuff. So I do just want to let people know that I am aware this was stuff that was recommended by my vet, but I really appreciate it. So anyway, whenever I was going to get chicken wings yesterday, I'm like quite sharp today, because the fact that I was able to go on a tangent and still remember what my previous tangent was, that doesn't happen very often. See, now I'll forget it. Damn, this is so good. Mom, I think you would really like this. A pumpkin spice latte. It like is quite festive is the only way I can but it's like, Mom, you would really like it, I think. So anyway, maybe it is my pumpkin spice season. So whenever I was going to get chicken wings yesterday, it was quite stormy outside, and I just couldn't have been bothered going around in the grocery shop that was near me. I was like, oh, can't be asked. I even said it in my vlog yesterday, I was like, can't be asked. And before I went to bed last night, I thought about that, and I was like, oh, like, I need to go grocery shopping again today. I still need to go. And I was like, can't fucking be bothered. And then I was like, and it was almost like something in my brain. You know the movie Inside Out, when they're, like, going through the core memories and stuff? I need to rewatch that movie. Bing Bong. You know when they're going through the memories and stuff, and Joy's, like, going through them, and sadness and stuff? And sometimes they'll do a memory to kind of get Riley, the character, to think about something, to kind of put things into perspective. I feel like that was put into my mind last night. The little characters in my head. Screaming to get out. Where, I haven't thought about this, I don't think ever since it happened, but that specific shopping center from whenever I was a child, with just the most random shops ever, where it was exciting for me to go to the grocery shop, and it was just kind of a moment. I'm someone who feels very much so, like, I feel a lot for, like, my inner child, which is, like, a tattoo I have right here of, like, a little baby inside of a person. It's, like, a famous statue, and I like to think of myself as when I was a child a lot. That phrased wrong. I don't think of myself as a child, but I often think of myself as a child. Wait. I do not think of myself as a child, but I often think of what I was like at a child and kind of keep that in my forefront. I don't know if that makes sense. So this is no Peter Pan, what is it called? Peter Pan syndrome or anything? Like, I'm not saying that at all. What I am saying is that I will think of memories of of me as a child, and they kind of affect how I act now. So for that's a positive one, where I, loved going grocery shopping, and the most mundane tasks were exciting to me. And then I'm like, maybe I need to look at this from a different perspective, because at one time this was very exciting to me. Or whenever I get really my clothes get dirty or something like that from the rain, I get really annoyed now, and I'm like, oh, damn, I have to wash it. And then I'm like, whenever I was a child, I would run out in the rain, and that kind of stuff. Or what else is it? Oh, a big one is traveling. I hate airports now, and airports no joke, you would have never met as big a fan of an airport as what I was. I had alerts on for airplanes at Belfast International Airport, Derry Airport, Belfast City Airport, all of the London airports, and some of the airports that we would go to in Spain. And by the way, JFK, in my final couple of years of being airplane obsessed, I was obsessed with airports. Now, that made it sound like I was just obsessed with airplanes. No, I was obsessed with airports. I had this, oh my God, this is so embarrassing. So I would have the airplane alerts on, but I would download maps of airports and analyze them. Belfast International Airport, the airport that we used to fly out of as a family, and we used to go there once a year. I knew it like the back of my hand every time we went, because I would literally watch walkthrough videos on YouTube. I would see all of their tweets. I knew their floor plan, and I knew their floor plan because I was just really obsessed with what shops they had and stuff. I did this for so many airports. I used to watch walkthrough videos of all these airports around the world before I would fly. I remember one time I went on a school trip to London. I researched the airport that we were going to fly into, and it was the shittiest airport ever. I watched every video. I watched every walkthrough. I looked through every fucking shop that they had, every restaurant they had. It was a little bit of a, it was a lot. And it lasted many years. And now, my least favorite place in the entire world is an airport. And it's so crazy, and it's really funny because I was genuinely obsessed. It was something that I would spend all of my time researching, not only the airplanes, but the airports. I don't know why. And now, I hate being caught in an airport. I really do not like airports still, to this day. To this day, I don't like them anymore, but I did back then. I don't like them now because I find them inconvenient. I find them stressful. I see the problems as an adult with scheduling and delays and cancellations and traveling alone. Whereas when I was a child and I was going on just a holiday a year with my family, I didn't think about that. That was pushed onto my parents. But as an adult now, I do not like airports. To be fair, the last time that I was at an airport, I did go into a lounge. I was in the... What was that airline called? Because it was the most incredible experience of my entire life. What was that airline called? Hold on. Hi. Just really quickly, I'm also filming, so I just want the answer. What was the airline that we were moved onto for LA?
Virgin.
Was it Virgin Atlantic?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
All right, bye.
Virgin Atlantic. Is that right? I think so. It was probably the most incredible experience I've ever had in an airport to go against everything I'm saying. So whenever I went to LA this year, this summer, me and my mum were booked on British Airways, and I had saved up my money, and this was booked last November. I had saved up my money, and as a Christmas present to my mum, I had paid for both of us to go business class. And that was something we were very excited for. And we get to London, because we're going to fly out of London. I'm in such a talkative mood today. Sometimes you get me where I'm in a mood and I don't want to talk, and the vlog's like 2 minutes, or else you get me like this. We arrived at London to, like, at the hotel for the airport, and I don't go to bed that night because I'm like, oh, like, I don't want to fall asleep now because I'm trying to get a little bit on LA time, so if I make myself exhausted, you know, and stay up on the flight, I'll basically have been awake for 24 hours, and then when I get to LA, like, it'll be time to go to bed or whatever. It was flawed, anyway, because we arrived in LA at 1 p.m. and then I was just like zombie. And then we stayed awake that entire day. That was the day that I went to the Daft Noodles Comedy Club, met Lisa Vanderpump, went to the Pink Wall. Like, that was a crazy night. I always have those moments in LA. But I didn't go to bed, and my mum went to bed, and I was sitting up editing, and I was watching Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and I'm like, let me check my emails. Don't know why. I literally, it was just a random, like, let me check my emails. I'm bored. Let me check my emails. And I checked my emails, and literally it was the most shocking thing ever. It was like 22 seconds ago, an email from British Airways regarding your flight. And I'm like, I click on it, and it's like, your flight has been cancelled, but don't worry, we've moved you on to the next one. And I'm like, oh shit. Like, I may or may not have to wake up my mom, you know, to tell her that, like, it's a big difference in time or whatever. I look, and I was like, oh my god, they've only moved us like 10 minutes delayed. Like, that's fine, I'm not going to tell my mom. And then I scroll down, and it's like flying us to New York, and then we have like ages in New York, like literally hours in New York, and then we fly to LA. So we will be getting to LA like 2 days later, and I'm like, mom, she's sleeping, Mom! I'm like, she goes, what? And I go, I don't know what to do. Like, we have to check out of this airport hotel in a couple hours. We're supposed to leave for the airport in like an hour or something like that. And did we go to the airport or something? I can't remember what. This day is super blurry to me. Either we went to the airport and got it changed, or we did it on the phone. Oh my god, this day is blanking out of my memory. One of the two happened, right? And one of the workers, whether it was in person or whether it was on the phone, I literally cannot remember for the life of me this day because I was like so fucking tired. But anyway, all I know is that the worker was incredible and incredibly helpful. And they were like, okay, like, you don't want to fly to New York? And I was like, is there any way? And they were like, okay, we'll get back to you. And literally within like 2 minutes, they were like, okay, we are going to move you onto Virgin Atlantic for the same time. And we were like, okay. And I'm going to be honest, I was like, oh, like, what's Virgin Atlantic's business class like? Because I'm like, oh my god, like, I saved up so much money for me and my mom to go in British Airways business class. And like, what if Virgin Atlantic's business class like isn't the same as British Airways, which is like known for being good? And I was like, damn it. We arrived to we're in the airport. We go to the Virgin Atlantic lounge. I've already been to the British Airways one before, and it's not impressive. I don't really enjoy it. It honestly is nothing special. And that's not being like, ooh, it's nothing special. Like, they barely have food out. Anytime that I've been in the British Airways lounge, I normally just leave and go back to the normal lounge. But we go to the Virgin Atlantic lounge. It was like the future. Like, multi-level, bars over here, buffets over here, table service over here, pool tables, balconies, like, oh my god, like, viewing points that you could go outside with your drinks to, like, watch the airplanes take off. There was a gym, like, nothing I'd ever seen before. And I was like, obviously very excited my mum got to experience this. And when we get on the plane, it was insane service. The planes were so much bigger than British Airways, so much nicer than British Airways, and they just had the most attentive, incredible staff. And I was like, oh my god, like next time I go to LA, like I want to fly with Virgin Atlantic. And I was like, let me look at how much their business is. I fly economy, by the way. Like, for the amount that I travel, I need to fly economy. But whenever we do this once a year LA trip, like I try to save up money and see if I can do British Airways business class. And I was like, let me see how much Virgin Atlantic's business class is. That was a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Unless by the gods a British Airways flight gets cancelled and we get moved on to one, there is no way in under God I would be able to ever afford the Virgin Atlantic plane ticket. It is insane. And I was like, and whenever I like got off the plane, I was like, Mom, do you know like how much that like ticket was worth like compared to the British Airways one? And she was like, what? And I told her, and she was like just miles different. And I have so many British Airways like miles and stuff on like one of my cards that I get money off whenever I do like the business class anyway. So my business class ticket compared for British Airways compared to the Virgin Atlantic business class there was a difference of more than £10,000. And it was just kind of like, like, the good thing about having so many air miles and stuff with British Airways and points and stuff is if I save them up and I travel a lot with British Airways economy and then put them towards the LA trip, like, I could get the business for just a little bit extra than economy for both me and my mum. So, but the Virgin Atlantic, literally once in a lifetime experience. And also, I'm not someone who prioritizes comfort whenever I travel. The only reason I do that will only be if I'm traveling with my mum, because my mom has done so much for me that I try my best to, if I'm ever going to do it, I'm going to do it when my mom's there. And if I can't do it, then my mom's going to do it and I'm going to be in economy or something like that, right? And it's a very, very, very lucky thing to do. And I just like being able to treat my mom. And if I can put my money somewhere, I'm going to put it, for experiences that she has. And we're currently talking about LA next year, which is terrifying. But back to the topic of... See, oh my god, my mind's kind of on today. Back to the topic of... don't lose it, Adam. Oh, things being exciting when you're young. So there was this... So basically grocery shopping and stuff. So this is my way of trying to hype myself up to grocery shop. There was this miscellaneous shop beside the supermarket, which was like directly as you walked in. And it had everything you would ever want. Like, if you wanted water balloons on a hot day, they had it. If you wanted a barbecue, they had it. If you wanted... I'm trying to, like, draw comparisons here of, like, something that are shocking and then not. Like, they had everything. They had everything in the shop beyond words. They had every toy that you would want. And they would also have everything like an adult would need, right? And so coming into the shop would always be the most exciting thing of my entire life. And... It brought back so many memories from childhood where, I would go in there and I'd buy water balloons. Did I say hot water bottles? I meant to say water balloons. I don't know if I said that or not. Water balloons where me and my friends would fill them up and then have water balloon fights in the street. Or they used to have these like little alien toys and me and my friends were persuaded that they were real. What else did they have? What day of the week is it? Sorry, Wednesday. Caught me off guard there. I really do look very fondly on my childhood, and I do have to give my parents so much props for that, and that's why I try to give them back so much. Like, no matter how much at times they struggled, like, they really did everything they could to make sure that me and my brothers were always happy, and, I really appreciate them for that, so I try to do my best to give back. But yeah, I don't know why that memory of that supermarket and shop popped into my mind last night, but it used to be the most exciting thing, and it's like, oh my god, as an adult now, that is so boring to me, to go grocery shopping or shopping in general, and as a child, like, oh my god, that would have been the most exciting thing ever. I don't know where I went with that. It was just something I wanted to get out. It's just kind of like when you're a child versus now reality Sorry. Hello everyone, so same old shit today. I'm making my little eggs before I go on stream, but I wanted to bring something up, and I wonder if people were making fun of how I was cracking my eggs because I was doing it really unsuccessfully. People were like, if you just roll it, but you have to like break it a little bit. Okay, so people said roll it like this, and apparently it'll work, so I'm trying this. I wanted to bring something up and see whether or not people had a similar opinion, because I was going through something today. I was feeling very nostalgic for some reason, and I was going through my Snapchat memories, and I don't know if everyone here uses Snapchat. I literally do not use it anymore. Actually, this was a lot more successful than usual, so maybe you're all onto something. Snapchat memories is basically, it'll alert you of what you were posting on Snapchat this time last year or 2 years ago or something. And first of all, it was showing me like, this time last year, I was in Paris. The time 2 years ago, I was in Paris. 3 years ago, I think this is the first time on this week that I haven't been in Paris, because I normally go for my birthday. I'm definitely having a more boring year this year, especially since my birthday's coming up and I'm doing nothing. I have nothing booked for my birthday, and I've been so excited for my 21st birthday, and I'm doing nothing for it. I'm doing nothing. I haven't booked anything. I've been trying to organize like a bar, but like I can't find any. I don't think I'm gonna be doing anything for my birthday. I'm like lame. So anyway, but what I wanted to ask all of you was, I was going through my Snapchat memories because I was being alerted, and it was with my friends that I went to college with, my media college, and I was like, holy shit, like, I don't talk to these people anymore. Like, there was no drama, there was no fallout, but like, when I moved to Brighton, like, you know, they kind of cut me off, and then I didn't hear from them, and then we all kind of stopped talking to each other. No drama, like, I really do like these people still, I just do not really have a relationship with them. And the last time I went back to Derry, I actually hung out with one of the people that was in that group. It was like literally a 3-person group. Or actually a 4-person group, but like 3 people really like intimately. And by the way, that's not like shady. That's not being like one person was left out. One of the people just lived very far away and we really rarely saw them. And whenever I went back to Derry recently, I hung out with one of the guys that was in the group, and it was just like, it was just kind of awkward. Like, we really didn't have anything to talk about, and I really did think that when I went to media college, like, by the way, rolling them is a great thing, so thank you so much. I really did think that the media college, you know, I was in such a great place. I loved them all. We all got on so well. We had known each other many years before it. And like, every time I was in secondary school or primary school, I was always like, oh, I can't really see myself being friends with these people past, you know, the school studies. But these people in this media college, I was like, oh my god, like, we're gonna travel the world together, like, we had all these plans together, and the fact that I don't speak to any of them and they don't speak to me anymore is like, it's really weird that you think that people could be in your life for so long, and I mean, these people were in my life for like 2 years maximum, and it just is kind of like, it's a really weird feeling, because I'm looking at these videos and I remember conversations I was having with these people on the days, you know, 2 years ago or 3 years ago or something like that, and it's like, wow, I really don't know what they're doing with their lives anymore. And one of the people doesn't even post on social media anymore for some reason, so I don't even know what she's doing with her life anymore, and me and her were like really close, and I would have died for her. I just absolutely love her. And the fact I don't even know what she does with her life anymore, I'm like, you know, it's all part of growing up, but I think when you just think that you're going to be friends with people, not just for a season, I guess, and it's so weird because, alright, last egg. With these people, I had friends before them, obviously, where I was like, oh, I know that this is just, you know, we aren't going to be friends forever, and like, there was kind of like a mutual agreement, you know, friends for certain reasons. But with these people, it was like, you know, we all just kind of spoke about the future, and we all spoke about, you know, not forgetting each other and not leaving each other, and I don't know why I'm telling you this. I don't know why this is on my... Hello? Where's the yolk? Hello? I don't know why I'm telling you this story. Sorry if this is, like, just really weird, but the reason I'm saying it is because is there any yolk in any of these? I guess the reason I'm telling it is because whenever I saw those memories, I just kind of felt some type of way of like, ugh, life moves on and you do not know how long people are going to be in your life for, and I guess that's a reason to appreciate people when they're in your life, you know, because you never know when they're going to come and go, but I don't know. I know that this is a universal thing, but I would just kind of like, if someone has ever gone through this, please let me know down below, because it'll be quite validating, because I don't know, I feel sad whenever I make memories with people and they don't stay in your life for one reason or the other. And I mean, whenever I said that I was moving to Brighton, you know, this friend group really didn't believe me, and that's fine. Like, it was quite quick that I made the decision to move, right? But I didn't think that it would mean that we would stop talking. And obviously, you grow, and when you do things without people being there, obviously you can grow distant. I'm not ignorant to that. But I didn't think that it would be like a complete cutoff, where like, oh, we don't hang out anymore, so we're just not even gonna like, you know what I mean? I don't know. I just wonder if this is a very universal thing, and if this ever stops happening in life, because, you know, I can imagine, and this is what's scary to me, I think this is the reason that this is very in my mind right now. I know that this is going to happen to people that I'm so close with in Brighton, and it's scaring me, I'm going to be honest. The thought of, you know, spending 3 years nurturing friendships, and the fact that whenever I leave Brighton, like, I may never be in contact with some people again, you know, because obviously when you just grow distant, and it has me some type of way, and I was just wondering if anyone has any advice or anything. I guess because I know that it is going to happen again, and it's no one's fault, you know what I mean? Like, it's not my fault for moving away, and it's not their fault for not reaching out as much, or me reaching out as, like, it's no one's fault. Like, it's just a natural part of life where you don't see each other as much, and, you know, you grow a little bit distant, but I'm just really fearful of it, because I get very attached to people in my life, and the thought of losing friendships I've made here is, I don't know, it's scaring me a little bit. So if anyone has any sort of advice or whatever, but I think my rundown of how I'm feeling is, I know that when I left Derry, I lost my best friends in the entire world because we grew apart. So I know that that's going to happen with friends that I made here in Brighton, and I'm not ready for it to happen. In Derry, it felt so gradual, because everything was so new in Brighton. So, you know, I was also to blame for not reaching out to them, but I feel that moving to Manchester, like, I'm clinging on so much still to Brighton that losing all of them, I just feel like I'm going to be so on my own. If anyone has any advice on it, please let me know. See Dolly just... So if anyone, just a little bit of guidance, or just a little bit of motivation, I would appreciate it. But I'm going to eat my eggs, and then I'm going to go on stream. Okay, it's time to feed Mr. Milo. Now, if anyone has any recommendations for cat food, please let me know, because everyone was... Come on, up here. Can you jump yourself? Everyone was reaching out to me and letting me know, he's going to jump up, that the cat food, like Felix and Whiskas and stuff, apparently isn't the greatest food. Apparently it's filled with so much other stuff that's just like filler to make it cheap. So I'm currently feeding him these little pouches from this. So if anyone has any recommendations for what cat food is the best for Mr. Milo, please let me know down below, because I had a lot of people saying, like, that cat food that you're feeding him, not this one, but the other one, like, isn't good. Okay, That's great, but not helpful. This stuff right here, this like Felix stuff, people are like, this isn't great for him. I appreciate that, but like, help me out a little bit, you know? What I'm actually gonna do is put some of the dry food and then mix it through to give him a little bit of a crunch. Because Mr. Milo loves a crunch. Milo! Ugh, cat food is so fucking gross. Can someone let me know what makes cat food stink so much? Like, Alexa, volume 7. Alexa, why does cat food stink so much?
Cat food can have a strong, unpleasant odor because it contains animal ingredients like fish or meat that give off strong smells.
That makes sense. That makes sense. I see these people on TikTok and they like do these like what I feed my animals, and it's like they spend like hours preparing like meal prep for their animals, like, and I'm like, oh shit, maybe I'm like not that great of a pet owner, because like, are people really spending like hours a day organizing like what they're feeding them? Oh my god. Milo, come on up. Is it dinner time for Mr. Milo? I've given you some crunch with it. You got some crunch with it? He likes that wet food though. Oh lord. Oh, he loves it. So, I really wish I could have another pumpkin spice. Is that good, boy? I really wish I could have another pumpkin spice latte, but Starbucks is closed. Oh, he loves it. Do you like the crunch? Do you like the crunch? I'm very, very, very intrigued to see how his surgery goes next week, and if they suggest that he does need to get dental work done. I really hope not, because I just hope that this, like, if he was just getting neutered, it would be an easy in and out, literally, surgery. But to overcomplicate things with having to do dental surgery and stuff as well, like, obviously whatever makes him the healthiest is the best, but I just worry about him. I really do worry about him. Is that lovely? Is that lovely? So I was just talking to the Airbnb owner for tomorrow. This is the first time I'm ever doing an Airbnb, so for my Nana and Granda. So I'm gonna pick the keys up tomorrow after my nail appointment. I'm gonna do my natural nails again, like the natural color. The colors were fun, and I'm gonna do them again whenever I go to Manchester. But I'm just gonna go back to natural for a bit. It just like clashes with my fits. So I'm gonna pick the keys up tomorrow, and it's gonna be fun to see an apartment in the same complex as what I live in, but like a different layout. So I'm almost more excited than my Nana and Granda. So I'm gonna go grocery shopping for them. They're only here literally for like 2 days, but I'm gonna go grocery shopping for them before they arrive. I'm gonna go to the airport to pick them up. I'm gonna get them like their bread, milk, tea, and all like that, so they can feel as at home in this place as possible, because I want them to have the best opinion of Brighton, even if like they're gonna spend a lot of time inside because of the bad weather. You know, I can just come and go from their apartment. My Nana sent me a message today and was like, hey, like, don't feel that you have to like follow us around the entire time. Like, you can just go about your own life. And I was like, is this you uninviting me? And she was like, no, I just don't want to put too much pressure on you. And I was like, okay, it was sweet. He loves it. So anyway, I am gonna go on live stream right now. It is currently 20 to 11 at night. That is the plan. It's so funny, anytime I'm filming, the girls' energy just like incredibly picks up, even if they are sleeping, and they will bring their toys and they will circle me, and it's almost like they want to be filmed or something like that. So, hello, do you want to say hello? Oh, do you want to say, look, Bonnie does the same thing where when I'm filming a video, because obviously I go from sitting in silence in the apartment to being quite loud, she will bring over her toy. And even if she's asleep, these girls were asleep. Like, they were literally asleep today. Like, right now, I mean. They woke up from their slumber, and now it's like the voice hypes them up a little bit. The vlog hypes them up. Oh my god, they're like Jake Paul, vlog hype. I have ordered a pizza, and oh no, I need to go downstairs. My thing isn't working. Shit. Hold on, I'm gonna text them and say, Hi, I'll be down now, just coming down lift. Shit, okay, let me go real quick. I got a pizza. I've been craving a pizza all day. I have my like garlic little dip. Let me show you the pizza. I don't eat on camera, but I got wedges. Because all I've had today has been those fucking eggs. And my pumpkin spice latte, which I'm very excited to get tomorrow. And then this is the pizza. It's from my favorite pizza place in Brighton. And yeah, I'm gonna go enjoy this right now. Let's do it. Okay, so this is what an end of night looks like. We have Madonna playing, we have Bonnie sleeping, we have Dolly on the sofa with me. Oh, we have Bonnie. See what I told you about vlog voice? What I told you about vlog voice? There's definitely something that picks up. So I'm here, and then Milo is over on this little sofa. Not this little piece of Milo hair down here. Hi, Milo. So I'm here. I'm just working on videos and figuring out the Airbnb and stuff. Me and the girls are gonna love you and leave you. Do we want to say goodnight? Do we want to say goodnight? Do we want to say goodnight, Bonnie? Bonnie, do we want to say goodnight? You know that I have a ball, don't you? You know that I have. Oh, is Bonnie gonna get it? Because Dolly, I haven't thrown it yet. You are a pretty girl. All right, go. Love and leave ya. Mwah.